Are influencers in the running space a problem? So I saw this post on Facebook about the growing trend of influencers who train like elite athletes. They travel to Kenya, high altitude training, all that good stuff. They have their flights paid for, accommodation sorted, and essentially they are funded and they just have to go out there and create content. And this post makes the case that while that is all good and great, it seems that visibility and how big you are on social media is more rewarded these days than raw talent and being an elite athlete. And you know what? I agree to a lesser extent, right? I am one of those guys who come out and say, when, for example, the New York Marathon make a special exception for influencers to run first before the elites. I'll be like, nah, that's whack. Or like a list comes out where influencers are on top of people who are doing this thing and who are elites and who are professionals at this thing. That is whack. But these are the times that we are in. I saw another post by Cynthia Polingo. Cynthia Polingo is an Olympian. Go check her out. She says in this day and age, you have to train like an elite athlete, but post like an influencer. And I couldn't agree more because essentially what social media is now for athletes, it is a space where athletes can brand themselves. It is not enough to just run fast times. What can you do off the track? Because when a company wants to sponsor you, they are also looking to get some return on investment, through advertisement of their products, through you marketing, getting your followers to engage with their product and so forth. So it is not enough to just be an elite. You must create a brand within your athletics profession. And I have these chats a lot with elite athletes that I interact with. These guys, most of them hide their stuff. That's why for me, like having somebody like a Gerda Steyn or George Koosh who show you his long run, or Gerda Steyn who show you her program. Literally, that's what I did for my comrades last year. I went to Gerda's stats on Strava and I studied them. And I learned what I could. I took what I could, and then I discarded everything that couldn't work for me. And I think that is what it's all about. It's about creating a connection with the people that follow you that supersedes just performance. About, you know, you want to make your followers feel like they know you beyond your athletics. I don't know if I'm making sense. So I have these chats with these athletes, and most of them they hide their stuff, or some of them believe, in witchcraft because they're in this competitive space. And so, with that mentality, they are leaving a lot of traction, of brand traction on the gates, on the floor. They're essentially saying, we just want to run. And to be honest, especially in the South African context, you know, that won't get you nearly as far as building your own brand within that profession, which is running. I don't know. I'm rambling, but those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think.